Okay, traders, compound finance for you guys today. But before we jump onto the TA, guys, go ahead and hit that subscribe, go for that like, and hit that bell icon as well, because this is more or less a very time sensitive information, to be honest with you. So, guys, let's jump onto the charts right here, as this is certainly one of the bullish looking charts in the all DeFi space, to be honest with you. Now, ever since we broke above this price point at 225 USD with utmost conviction, there has been a simple case of no point of return for this asset right here, as we are trending in a massive bullish pattern, bullish manner right here on compound against USDT, as we are trending above the 21 simple on 3-day time frame. Guys, if you have been watching my videos, if you have been subscribed to this channel for the long run for the long time, guys, I have been screaming and shouting about the 21 simple moving average on the 3-day time frame, as this decides your macro trend to the upside or the downside, right? Now, this one right here is to the upside, as every single time you come across this 21 simple moving average on 3-day time frame, you get picked up with conviction and you set in another low that is higher than the previous low, and you keep on proceeding to the upside. So, guys, what is happening right here? We did print this low, which was significantly higher than these lows right here, and we are constantly trying to the upside, guys. So any move, let me just simply justify or simplify trading for you here, guys. If we come back at the 400 USDT price points, I do expect this one to get picked up back again. Now, any catastrophic move in BTC price action could mean that we are going to be losing out on this level right here, and then we can talk about testing this downside at 326. Then we can come down all the way at 225 USD, the point of breakout, the point of no return, guys. If you lose out on this one right here, then we can talk about these price actions. So everything has to be step by step. Nothing happens in one single day. Well, if some major catastrophe comes, if some Black Monday situation happens in the market, then yep, you can argue about the fact that it could happen in one single day, just like BTC. Guys, it was 1 year ago when the COVID dump happened in BTC. Like, we tanked from 8k to 4k in one single day. That was madness. That was simple crazy amount of madness. So, guys, right now we do have this low under formulation on these price points. Now we could be eyeing at some potential points of liquidity entering the compound USDT markets from these price points, as we did have a good reaction in the 12-hour time frame from these areas of liquidity. Now this one is provingly, well, not that strengthful, as you're rejecting the 21 simple on the 12-hour time frame. For the short time frame, certainly not in the 3-day time frame. So the 12-hour time frame is certainly suggesting that the small time frames want these prices to curl to the downside and probably test these price points again at $400. Now, if you look at any candle closure and open below the $400 levels on 12-hour time frames, then you can talk about retesting the 200 simple moving average on 12-hour time frame. But first and foremost, we will be testing these points of liquidity entering the space in the compound markets around 340 USD. So, guys, let me demarcate this area as well for you. Watch for this one if we lose out on this one, and if we do take out these levels to the upside. Let me just be a little more precise with you. All right, if you do take these levels out to the upside, guys, we can be talking about some further upside move and testing these prior all-time highs. Now, this one is pretty much in a blue sky breakout, which means that it's further likely to head towards the upside, to be honest with you. So watch for these levels to be taken down, and then we can talk about this price point being taken down at 550. Now, guys, if you do take down 555 on a 12-hour closing basis, it's just simple moon time for compound. It's just simple. It's gonna be moon time for compound, because this price point right here, this price action right here, is simply looking to me like an inverse head and shoulders. First target after the breakout from this price point is certainly going to be at 700 USD in the short time frame. Now, guys, step by step, as a trader, everything has to happen step by step, slowly. So if you're trading this one, if you lose out on this one, you can go ahead and place a trade for all for like a short position trade all the way at 344. Guys, none of this is a financial advice. You are responsible for your profits and your losses. All right, so if you do take this one out to the upside, you can talk about certain price action to the 555. But I think if we are going to be headed towards 555 again, it is highly likely that we head on all the way towards the $700 regions. Guys, not much stopping on this pair, this beautiful pair right here. Certainly bullish in the medium time frame as well. The 3-day time frame certainly looking amazing. Let's check out the weekly as well, for that matter. I think the weekly 21 simple, is catching up with utmost conviction, is catching up with a lot of pace right here. If I do take these levels out, guys, I hope you screenshotted those levels. If the price action stays on these price points, it could be considered as a possible bull pennant right here, as this is pretty flat looking bull pennant in front of you guys, and every price point. Now guys, you do not want to close any weekly candle below this price point. You do not want to close any weekly candle below the $400 levels. Then you can talk about retest of the 21 simple on weekly time frame, which is currently at $300. So guys, another clear trade to the downside on compound against USDT, looking pretty clear in front of you. If you do take this one out, if you do close any weekly here, you are headed down all the way towards these points. Now guys, every single time if you feel a little how do I say, a little uncomfortable in terms of price action, zoom the fuck out, check out the higher time frames. You can certainly go ahead with more clarity in your trading as well after that point. Guys, let's check out the extreme small time frames as to like what the hourly is doing, as the immediate short time frames are setting lows, are setting highs which are lower than the previous highs. So guys, watch for this high to be taken down. I do expect most of the stop losses for the market players is going to be around the $470 region. So if you do take the $470 regions, let's just combine it with this price point right here as well. So you do take down $470 to $475 regions on any higher time frame closure. I think a lot of stop losses are going to be triggered here. Then we can talk about some further short-term inverse capitulation to the upside. Now, what a weird sentence to say. Now, you can talk about certain price action to the upside with utmost conviction if you do take down these highs, which are lower than previous highs. Now, if you take this low out right here, you're talking about 400, and then ultimately these price points, and then ultimately the retest of the 21 simple on the weekly time frame at the $300 price point, guys. Now you do have a clarity of the upside targets, as well as this one right here is pretty much in a blue sky breakout. And if I do take some consolidation ranges in some magical Fibonacci sequences, Fibonacci for you guys, Fibonacci here, suggesting of the fact that if you break above this price point right here, you could be looking at 1618 at 7.4, aligning with the inverse head and shoulder target. But if you start closing any daily candle or any higher time frame candle above it, then you're going to be simply targeting all the way towards $1,000 compound. Now that's going to be pretty obvious if you do resolve this price action as an inverted head and shoulders to the upside. Now guys, don't get me wrong, if you do reject this price point right here, it's simply going to break down. It's simply going to flush back down towards these price points. That would mean that BTC is also losing its ground somewhere around 55k. It's breaking below 55k. That is when compound starts breaking below this price point. So do pay attention towards the BTC price action as well. Guys, let's jump on to compound BTC straight off. Compound BTC, alright, I do have this one charted out, and this is making lows which are lower highs, guys, lower highs. To be honest with you, now if you do want to take this one out, if you do take this one out right here, compound will have an accelerated move to the upside on the USD pair. That would mean that certain $1,000 compound on the plate for you guys, as this is going to be a 151% move to the upside from the certain price points. 151% move to the upside on the USD pair is going to be landing somewhere around the $1,200 compound zone. But $1,200 compound is certainly going to be a far-fetched opinion, so everything has to be step by step. For that thing to happen, you do want to take down this high right here, guys. Until you're not taking until you're trending below this price point right here, there is no hurry. There is not much FOMO in compound BTC price action, in compound USD price action as well, to be honest with you. Most of the price action to the upside is going to be pulled away by BTC, that means. So guys, do expect this one to be picked up right here. If it does not get picked up right here, then you're talking about some downside price action all the way at 570, 100,000 satoshis. Probable retest of the range lows as well if you do lose out on this lower. As you can see, compound BTC just trends to the downside like madness, all right, when it stays below this moving average on the 12-hour time frame. All right, guys, there are two potential trades for compound. You can long the USD pair, you can short the BTC pair, and you can accumulate more compound. If you're really into the long term of this particular asset right here, you can accumulate more by these two particular trades. Guys, this is not a financial advice, like always. None of this is a financial advice. You're responsible for your losses and your profits, guys. If you want to be coming back at me, backlashing at me, just because I said that this is going to go to the moon and does not, fails, and you lose out on money, guys, well, if it does go to the moon, you profit out of it, give me some from your stash. Then the situation will be balanced out, right? I mean, that makes sense. Rational thinking as a trader, that's what you got to have. That's what you got to have in these markets. All right, so you do take this one out, you will be having some accelerated upside moves on compound BTC. Compound against Ethereum real quick. Compound on Kraken, it looks like. Guys, this is looking better than the BTC pair, to be honest with you. The BTC pair is certainly more bearish, but the Ethereum pair looking bullish, as this is making highs which are constantly higher than the previous highs. So you do take this one out right here. The thesis of setting in higher highs is going to be invalidated. It's going to come down. It's going to challenge this low right here. And if our range lows are supposed to be taken down, then it's going to flush against Ethereum as well. So basically, compound will have a lot of bearish things going on in a lot of pairs. If you do break some certain key levels on BTC and Ethereum, then you can talk about just sitting flat out of the market, even in compound USDT pairs. So guys, watch for these two charts. If you're a long-term compound believer, if you're a long-term compound holder as well, these charts are pretty important. As I do flip this one out right here, and you can talk about this one being a good form of head and shoulder, guys. To be honest with you, I mean, this is looking like a nice head and shoulder, right? You do have a complex left shoulder, a perfect looking head, and you're formulating a right shoulder right here, complex right shoulder again. But guys, that does mean that you can simply flat out like bleed like this to the downside. Now keep in mind, this is inverted chart. If I flip it back again, this looks like an inverted head and shoulder, and your targets are going to be towards the all-time high. Let's just confirm this one by drawing this line. Nowhere close to that. Nowhere close to that, but still kind of making sense as to the breakout price action is going to be 50% move to the upside, which is going to be aligning with a lot of upside targets on USD pairs as well. Coming from this price point is going to be a 100% upside move against Ethereum pair. So guys, this chart is certainly one of the easy looking charts. Watch for the trends happening on compound Ethereum as well. Alright, I think this was a pretty comprehensive technical outlook on compound. If you do have any questions, whatever you feel like, if you're bullish or bearish on compound, you like to long or short compounds, do you like to buy derivatives of compound, or do you like to hodl compound as a real asset? Let me know down in the comments what you think about this entire ecosystem, as I do think that they have a working product. They're nice. They do have a team, very actively participating community as well. So guys, good things for the compound in the long run. Guys, hit that like, go for that subscribe, and hit that bell icon as well, as I'm going to catch you guys in the next video pretty soon. Bye for now.